Alrighty guys, welcome back to the TheCombustionGamer YouTube channel, and today we're finally talking about NASCAR 25, expected to be releasing in the fall of this year, so that's going to be pretty neat. No news yet on whether it is exclusively on consoles or if we will get an option to get it on PC. I'm hoping for an option to get it on PC, but if not, then apparently I'm going to be out about, let's estimate that the game by itself is $60. Probably 70, but let's go with $60. That's going to put me at about $490 probably to be able to get a Xbox Series X and then this game on top of that. So a little pricey for one game. So anyways, we'll have to see what we do with that in the future, but that's kind of what the numbers are kind of stacking up and are looking like. So for anybody that hasn't gotten the Xbox Series X and wants to be able to play this new NASCAR game, things are going to be a little bit on the pricey side. If there's not a PC option, then you got a PC. Obviously, if you don't have a PC, then the console version is going to be a lot cheaper to run that, but still, pricey stuff. So anyways, let's get into the new dev diary, as this is the first time we actually get some looks inside the game, pretty much done looking like, at least in the render, it looks like it's done. Obviously things are going to change in it, but they got all of the the basic cutscene footage. Let's go ahead and get started here. We got a little bit of music here in the front, nice NASCAR 25 logo, do like that. And we'll turn on noise now.
Excited that we've announced the 4 NASCAR National Series in our 4 game. For the first time ever, we're going to feature the ARCA Menards Racing Series and the entry point for the career mode. Featuring all 4 series allow us to give the player a complete experience that somebody might make to become a champion.
So this was something that's really big that we heard about before this, and that was that we were going to get the ARCA Menards series. So what we haven't heard though is, does this include all of the East and West ARCA Menards, or is this exclusively just the ARCA Menards series? So just that, not the East and West versions of that included with this series. Because if I heard correctly, if we get ARCA Menards and the East and West variants of ARCA Menards, we could potentially be looking at 53 ARCA related tracks that would be in game. So even if that's not the case, we're still going to get obviously an entirely new series, 4 series in total compared to just the Cup series, which I am really excited about, to be able to have 4 different series. Plus also, if they can get this done, then obviously they got a really good template to start working on a future game for later on, because they already got the base cars and stuff, so they can work on making career mode and other improvements to the game much better for the next variation. But still, 4 different series, all of the tracks that are related excuse me, to those series, that's going to be pretty cool. So that's a lot of not a lot of tracks that we can add on. So obviously questions, do we get the option to make a custom championship mode, custom season mode, where we can add those different tracks with different series for a season? So can we run the Cup cars at a bunch of the ARCA races, or can at least we test those in a single session? So that's kind of some different things to think about. I would lean to probably not, so that might be an option in a future game, but that's just something where my mind went ooh, okay, so now we got all the tracks for ARCA Menards, and we're going to get the tracks for the Xfinity and Truck Series that the Cup cars aren't going to. Obviously we should have Rockingham in this game, so that would be neat. First time Rockingham will be back in the game since I don't know how long, so that's going to be cool to see. But yeah, so options. So do we get testing, stuff like that? Obviously we're getting a career mode, which we're going to hear about more here in just a second, but just something I wanted to think about with the tracks and having extra 4 series. We get more tracks. Do we get to test those out? So that's just a question to throw out there. As I said, with where they're at and how close fall is already, it's crazy to think that fall is this close already. We're in February when I'm making this video. That's insane. That's nuts. But anyways, so the point is, could we see testing? That's going to be kind of interesting. So let's keep on listening to them as they talk about career mode, because we got 4 series to play through in career mode. That's pretty neat.
Having ARCA trucks, Xfinity, and Cup is so important, especially from a design perspective, as we finally get to do what is a realistic career mode that somebody would actually follow in real life. Think about the drivers who started in ARCA, you know, cut their teeth in ARCA, went then to trucks, got noticed, got to Xfinity, and finally made their mark in Cup.
So yeah, Todd and I spent a lot of time just talking about the feeling of what it would be like if you were a young kid and you're starting your grandpa's shop, and his shop was this like dirty old gas station, you know, and he just kind of said, "Hey, you know, you can use my shop. There's the tools. Have at it."
That's pretty cool.
And then through that, you started to realize that you had.
Okay, so here we go. So here we're looking at some reference points. So they're looking at, what are they looking at? They're looking at New Hampshire. So they're looking at that over here. The guy's working on the pits. This is the Daytona pit right here. You can see the window there and how that's designed. So that's Daytona pit right there. And then over here we got a bunch of stuff that they're going through. So I'm not sure what all this is. I'm going to guess that that is like game files and stuff to go through, or texture files to be able to then move over to here. Also, they're using Dell screens. That's pretty neat. But anyways, but you can see what they're working on. So obviously got New Hampshire as a reference point here, and they definitely seem to be also, this is kind of interesting, the extra New Hampshire circuit right here. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, so you can kind of see some work getting done there.
Actually had some talent, and you worked your way up, and you went from the shop to there was a pole barn or a metal building that's, you know, also on the property, and that's where you run your truck team. And then you start to get more sponsors, and you start to have more success. So then you move up to the Xfinity series, and then at that point you can build your own shop.
So there we go. So we got a bit of an idea of how career mode is going to work. So you see right here, so we got materials and reference. So we got pictures of like actual shops that they went to. So this right here is like a modified car. I can tell that by the cage. So some sort of modified spec car right there. So that's not a body car. That's a modified right there, as far as I can tell. And you can just see, you know, you got all the sponsors, you got the extra flags, you got tools and toolboxes. I mean, just a basic what you would think when you think building a race car in your garage or your shed, and then being able to take it to the local track or take it to, obviously, like a bigger track like ARCA and Truck, just be able to be building the cars. So that's pretty neat that they got all this texture and picture references, and then you can kind of see what they're doing with the views. So obviously you got right here the plane view or plan view, and then HQ view, which is pretty interesting. So this obviously looks like Xfinity style shit they're looking at, but then this is like materials and reference. So wall material and look, wall clutter. So that's just that's a lot of detail that they're going to work on. But you get the basic idea of how career mode is supposed to work, which is pretty neat. And he was talking about, like, you're starting off in a small shed working on your ARCA car, but then there's like a pole barn on the property. So how open world is this game to some extent? Like, can you walk around is almost the question that I kind of have. Is like, can you walk around to the ARCA shed that you're working on there, be able to work on stuff, and then be able to walk over to the pole barn where the truck's sitting and be able to work on that? When you get to the tracks, can you walk around, do driver meetings, stuff like that? I doubt it, but it's just the way that he said it kind of leaves it open for me to kind of conjecture that maybe that's a possibility. I kind of doubt it. I bet it's probably going to be a menu where you can kind of jump in between the two. But still, just the way he said it kind of left it open to my mind to say, ooh, okay, can we walk around in this game? Because that would be pretty neat. So see, one thing about, let's go back to NASCAR Ignition. One thing I liked about NASCAR Ignition, it was, there's two things I liked about NASCAR Ignition. The rest of the game was awful. Actually, no, three. We're going to get all three. The game looked good. The paint booth in the game was great. And the ability to take the car from the pits and drive it to the track. Obviously, that was kind of broken, but you could still take the car during practice, take it into the pits, and park it in a garage. That was a neat idea that wasn't fully fleshed out. It needed to be redone. And so, if that is potentially walking around the garages, being able to look at the car, work on the car, if you can drive the car out of the garage, that would be pretty neat. Once again, do we know if any of this is going to be in the game? No, we don't know that. But It sounds like there's a lot more detail going into this game than we initially thought, especially for just the career side of things. I know a lot of people think it's going to be very plain, bare bones career mode, if anything. This sounds like they have put a ton of effort into it, so I appreciate that. The problem is, will it be able to be executed well once the game is out? That's going to be the question. But I appreciate how much detail they're going to just listen to that. And hopefully the game lives up to what they're saying it's supposed to be. But I really like what I'm hearing so far, but the question is, will it actually follow through once the game releases? That's going to be the question.
And you get more success there, and it just keeps steamrolling. And then all of a sudden you get to the point where you're in the Cup Series. And that's where we built the Taj Mahal of race shops.
In the career mode, you'll be tasked with making decisions on how to spend your time. And it's not all about just what you do on the racetrack. You're going to have to do things to build your reputation. And that might be charitable work or a movie opportunity.
Alright, so here we go. So we got, excuse me. So we got some different options. So obviously you can see, I believe this looks like the Xfinity shop here. And so you can see the different pictures and stuff. We got some World of Outlaws style pictures in the background. We've got a nice little merch shop over there, little food area and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But here we go. We have choose a PR opportunity. So kind of going to the F1 style a little bit here. So cameo in a movie, so 15% boost to your overall rep. So is that your team rep or is that your personal rep? That we don't know, but that's interesting. Or help with inventory, 50% boost your overall WP. Obviously don't know what WP is, but it's interesting nonetheless. And then obviously you got Holly here. She's our PR manager, and she's going to be helping us with stuff. Back here a little bit we had Barb. Interesting name. Bob H. She's also a PR manager. So this looks like ARCA. So ARCA garage here. And so local park cleanup, 15% boost to your overall rep, or pitch in at the shop, 15% boost to your overall WP. So as I said, I'm not sure what WP is. Work priority maybe, but that's a guess. I don't know. And also you can see change PR event, select PR events. So you got that right there. A couple of opportunities, boss. So, and also looking at just the garage here, lots of nice detail here in the garage. That looks really, really good. So let's keep listening to what Junior had to say here.
Or a movie opportunity. There's going to be things that your sponsors ask you to do, and you'll have to balance between building your reputation and your brand and being successful on the racetrack.
Having access to Dale Jr. has been amazing. We've never had the ability to work with a driver at this level before, and not just somebody who just comes in and plays the game and says, that's good. He's actually actively involved in helping design the game.
Designing out the career mode was a Herculean effort because you want to make sure that you have all the right details in there about what makes a NASCAR career really authentic, but at the same time, you don't want to make everybody have to go through all the minutia of managing a race team and the finances and the employees.
Here we go. So we got a race shop right here, and so we got what looks to be Screaming Eagle Motorsports right here at the top. We got Daytona 500 on the schedule. We've got money. We don't have any money. We got 125 WP. We don't have any RD. We have currently level 1 rep. Current sponsor is Golden Racing, so this is all demo stuff right now. Cup Series. You got absolutely no profits whatsoever at the moment, but here we go. Office overview, staff, sponsors, social media. So we got that. We got our per race payout. We got our sponsor incentive for each top 40 finish. We got series sponsor earnings, so that's kind of interesting. You can see right here we got the beautiful Cheddar's Mobile down there, so maybe we're renting space with RCR, not sure, but that's kind of interesting. You can see we got our little merch shop over there. We got a little entrance here. We got our workers taking a break in the foreground. This looks like it's really well designed, all things considered. It'll be interesting to see. Obviously, it's still frame, so it'll be interesting to see what it looks like moving and stuff, but looks pretty good, all things considered. And then obviously got a nice desk and stuff. We got a phone, regular office phone. We got a cell phone. We got a laptop. Got a coffee mug, got an extra coffee. So obviously we're coffee drinkers, so that's nice to know. I already knew that, but this game is just reaffirming that. Also, nice chair right there. It looks really, really good. So we got urgent tasks down here, so we can select that LT, so that's with the Xbox controller, so that's one urgent task that needs to be taken care of. So that's pretty interesting. So, but yeah, there's your basic demo layout currently. So it's a demo at the moment, but that's your basic layout. What's really cool is that they got the World of Outlaw cars over here in the background. That's pretty neat. But yeah, you got the different cars all lined up and the guys working on them. So I really do like that workshop feel. I think, what was it? NASCAR Heat 3 had that, and just recently got NASCAR Heat 3 to check that out, and just having the ability to be able to actually have like the cars in the garage to be able to look at, I don't know, it's a better feel than just a blank menu. It gives you a better feel for, ooh, there's my car sitting over there. What I would like to be able to do with that actually is be able to have like different paint schemes on the car for the different races that we have as different sponsors. So I'm not sure if we're going to get that. But still, just that feel of, ooh, there's my employees, there's my people working, there's my cars getting worked on. I don't know, it's a cool feel to be able to have in a game. And so NASCAR Heat 3 was definitely one of the best in the recent era where we had that feel of actually being back in the garage or having a shop where our cars are getting worked on. That was the best one to give us just a little taste of that, which is nice. And as you hire employees, as you buy more cars, you get more cars in the garage, which is really cool. So that one was the most recent game that had that best feel of being back in the garage. This looks really, really good, though. So definitely liking what I'm seeing so far. But yeah, I'm glad that we're getting a good feel going back into the garage, being back at the shop, and being able to see the cars getting worked on, or being able to work on the cars ourselves. It's just, I don't know, that's a cool feel. So let's keep listening here and see what we got in career mode. Just wanted to talk about stuff as we go along instead of doing it all at the end, just so that we can get this done a little bit more quickly. But just, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. As I said, it's obviously going to be, in the end, will the game get executed well on release?
So really, it's a nice balance, and I think we've pulled this off really well in NASCAR 25, where if you want to just concentrate as being a driver, you can do that while mildly being involved in some of the decision making. But if you want to go in there and manage every last little detail, you're going to be able to do that as well.
I feel like it gives them more of a perspective of how it actually works, right? Coming up through the ranks, deciding how to upgrade your vehicle, right? Those are decisions that you've got to make in real life. Do you want to buy a new set of shocks? I only have this allocated amount of money, right? Do I buy a new set of shocks? Do I, rebuild my engine? Do I buy a new set of tires? And those are the decisions that, like I said, I've had to make in my career, and to be able to correlate, that story and create, sort of your own blueprint in your career, I think is a neat aspect of the game.
One of the cool things about finishing a race in this game is going to be how your performance has resonated within the social media world. So it's not just going to be drivers who might be commenting on how you performed during the race on social media, but some of the most popular NASCAR social media influencers will be chiming in as well. Part of this.
So here we go. We get a look at the racetrack, at the trucks sitting there, which is really, really neat. So we got So obviously we don't know how this correlates in game, but it looks really good. We got like a crew and stuff standing by the truck. Truck looks great. The truck looks rendered really, really well. I like the textures and everything on it. It looks, honestly, it looks really, really good. Really glad to see how well the truck looks. And obviously you got the pit boxes and stuff, the haulers. So once again, once you get to the track for the truck series, obviously for like Daytona, the trucks typically are back with their haulers. They're not in the garages like the Cup cars are. They're typically back by the haulers and stuff, just sitting out, and they can put them into the haulers if they need to keep them from getting wet and stuff. But it's just really, really cool to see this detail of, hey, maybe it's just the sitting screen, like you're at the track, you have to select the next event, go to practice, not go to practice, stuff like that. But still, it's just a nice little taste of being at the track. It makes the game feel better to me, and that just looks really, really good. I mean, the rendering looks on it is awesome. Obviously, they're still working on things, so it could get even better, but I really like how it's rendered. That looks really, really good. So, and then also just touch on what was already mentioned, being able to focus on being a driver or being an owner. So obviously, some guys, they want to own the team, but they just want to be the drivers. They get people to do all the financial stuff. They just want to go race. For me, I love the racing, but I also like the business side of things as well, because hey, my actions on the track affect the team. So do we see the expenses of, hey, the truck came back tore up, we got to spend more money to get this truck fixed? That makes me change my driving style, because hey, I'm looking at the books and it's like, ooh, I got to pay for a new truck now. So how much of that is going to affect the financials? That's going to be interesting to me. That's just I love that stuff. That's just really cool. So hopefully we see a really good in-depth financial model of how the trucks get affected. We got to buy the new parts after the truck gets destroyed. We got to buy a new chassis or something. To me, that just sounds really, really cool. Will we get that? Maybe, maybe not. But I would hope that we could get that. But to me, that's just more realism in the game if you're having more penalties for driving really bad. And then also it's like, hey, that idiot just wrecked me, and now I got to go back to the shop and build myself a new truck. So that makes the stakes higher for when you're racing against the AI guy in career mode and he wrecks you. It's like, hey, you wrecked my truck. You're not getting any more favors from me, even if you liked the guy before. It just, I don't know. To me, it seems like it just adds more to the game if that is how the financial system is. Obviously, we don't have all the details, but once again, just hoping that that's what's going to be affecting, because once again, as team driver, team owner, that then lets me see that's how it's financially affecting me when somebody wrecks me or when I accidentally wreck the truck or something like that. That just, there's more at stake than just the race. There's the financial, there's my team, just there's a lot more at stake that I gotta watch for. So that it's sounding good. Once again, sounding good, looking good. Will it be good? That's the question. But I'm liking, once again, what we're hearing here.
This game being all about the driver's perspective is the interaction that drivers have.
Ooh, here we go. So we got at the track. I don't know if this is truck or if this is, I don't know. It looks like a truck inside, but it could be something else. I'm not sure. But here we go. So practice. Team goal lap time of 39.613 or 59.46. Let me run it a little bit. Okay, so we got like an hour timer to do practice. Okay, so advance to next session. We got that. Let's get out there. That's team radio. So go to practice. Go to your crew chief. Talk to him or quit session. This looks like Atlanta, I believe. If I'm looking at those condos correctly, I believe this is Atlanta. See a police car over there too. That's pretty neat. You see a crowd there in the garage walking around. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, so here's like your menu being at the track. So that's pretty cool. And you actually see like different race logos up in the left corner, which is also pretty neat. So, okay, once again, liking what I'm seeing with that. And so, nice menu design, so that way you get a feel for being at the track in the car. That's cool.
Themselves and their crew chief and their spotter. So that's something that we're really focusing on while you're in the car, while you're driving, while you're in the menus, making it feel less like a UI screen and more like an interaction between you and them.
Good.
So we've really put together the most amazing team that I can think of to build a NASCAR game. We've got decades of experience across many of us, across every platform imaginable. We've got laser scanned assets. We've got amazing driving physics. We've got literally a company that has been built on the foundation of being authentic and true to the sport. And you add all those things together, and it's really this recipe to make the best NASCAR experience possible.
Alright, so there we go. NASCAR 25. That is it for us there in the game. Here you go. You see the garage for like a ARCA car and stuff. Also, you see the trailer there. That's cool. So, nice little detail there. Our trailer waiting to put the car on so we can haul it out. We got a dude here. He's up there. We also got Fun. I'm not sure what the energy is, but still. So, there's your ARCA Menards in the barn shed. So, that's really neat. And you can see That looks really, really cool. Don't see any UI elements, but still pretty neat as they're working on that. But anyways, love what I'm seeing. Hope it works. Because, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pre-order this one or not, just because the last one, woo, boy, that burned. That burned really good. That burned bad. So, we're going to definitely, hopefully we'll see some people get to try it out before release, so that will let me know stuff. But I love what I'm seeing with this game. The amount of detail, the idea behind it sounds really good. Looks really good. But obviously, we haven't seen any racing content. We haven't seen any racing gameplay. We've seen a little bit of the UI gameplay, a little bit of office gameplay and stuff, managing the team. But career mode sounds great. But we got to see racing product here soon. So it's looking good, though. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for us here today on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys think so far of NASCAR 25. I know this video probably went a little bit too long, but I wanted to talk about a lot of different things that I saw in this video, that I heard in this video, and just wanted to point out things that weren't said but were left open to be a possibility. And not to say that that's in the game, just I wanted to throw things out there to potentially say, hey, is this what they mean? Or is this a possibility? Wanted to throw that out there. So once again, we don't know for sure what's in the game, but I wanted to throw out some things and just speculate to some degree. So game looks good, but there's definitely some things that they left there that weren't 100% closing the door on different theories that I had. So we're going to have to see what's in the game, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video, and we will see you guys here next time on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.